Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be using some Milk makeup products and I'm going to kind of be testing them out throughout the day, and then I'll give you an overall review of how I feel about the products, how well they stayed on my face and my skin, and how they lasted throughout the day. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to use is this Milk Makeup Cooling Water. And I'm just going to use that on my skin. This supposedly is supposed to like plump your skin up and just make it feel really nice and refreshed. And I'm just going to put this all over my skin. And it feels cooling on the skin, but it feels like a little wet. And it doesn't feel like it's really sinking in. So I'm just going to actually use my fingers to smooth it in. Milk claims that you can use this as a primer, but I'm not going to use this as a primer. I'm just putting it on my skin to test it. Like I said, it did feel cooling, but it feels like it's still like kind of sticky on my face. So that's probably why they said you could use it as a primer, because it's got that tacky feeling to it. But like I said, I'm not going to use this as my primer today. I'm actually going to go in with the Smashbox Primerizer so I can get a little moisture on my skin. So here I'm using the Smashbox Primerizer. Let me put some chapstick on. My lips are chapped today. I don't know about you guys, but I am really bad about drinking water. I mean, I'm really bad about drinking. I need to drink more water. And I think that's why my lips are so chapped, because I really don't drink enough water. Okay, so let me go ahead and go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. It's the primer and moisturizer in one. All over my face. And I've been using this Pure, it's a hydrogel lift for under my eyes. It kind of just hydrates them, and I just use it under my eyes like this. This feels really good under the eyes. It's like a gel, and it just keeps them moisturized. My under eyes get a little dehydrated during the summer, sometimes in the winter too, and this stuff has been great. I used to use this all the time, and I just went back and picked it up out of my makeup drawer, and I'm starting to use it again, and I love it. Okay, now that I have primed my skin, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Blur Stick, the Milk Blur Stick. And I'm gonna actually use this. Y'all seen me use this before, and it's for my pore area. I just put it on the sides of my nose, and then the tops of my forehead, down my nose, a little bit on my chin. I love this stuff. And it's really convenient because it's a solid stick form, and it's great for travel. I'm just pressing it into my skin just so that it could sink into those pores. Okay, next I'm going to go into color correcting, and I'm going to color correct with this e.l.f. stick in the orange one, and this is in the peach color. And I just purchased these, and I've been using them, and I really like them. They're very creamy and easy to use, easy to blend. I'm going to press that product into my skin. I'm going to go in with the peach corrector underneath my under eyes. Not underneath my under eyes, under my eyes. And I'm going to press that into my under eye with my finger. I really like this peach corrector, guys. It really covers up my dark circles. The next thing I'm going to go in is this Milk Makeup Blur Liquid Foundation, and it's a matte foundation. It's 1 fluid ounce, and it's supposed to be blurring, and this is in the color medium. Now it does say to shake it up, so we're going to give it a quick shake, and then I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. It's not very liquidy. See that? It's not very liquidy at all. It has like a medium thickness to it. It's not too thick and it's not too runny. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more on the back of my hand, like one little squeeze, probably the size of a pea. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Eco Tools beauty sponge, and I'm gonna dab that into the foundation, and then I'm gonna place it all over my face. And this is supposed to be like a blurring foundation. We're gonna see if that's true. I will say that it has like a certain luminosity to it. It does seem to be blurring my pores a little bit more. But there again, I put the Milk Blur stick on, so it does look smooth to the skin. And it has like a little luminosity to it. But it does look like I have makeup on. It's not very skin-like. That one pea size amount covered like one side of my face. I don't know how I feel about it yet. Well, once I wear it throughout the day, I'll be able to tell whether I like it or not. I like the color. The color's perfect for me. Let me go ahead and do the other side of my face. I will say that it blurs my imperfections as far as scarring or spots. I will say that. I will say that it is full coverage. It feels a little sticky to the touch. And I like that it does have a luminosity to it. It doesn't look real drying. Even though it's a mattifying foundation, I can still see like a little glow to it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I can see a little glow to the foundation because it says it's a matte foundation. So today I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup Flex Concealer, and I have the color Light Medium, and this has 0.2 flow ounces to the concealer. And the concealer itself has like this little doe foot applicator. And this one looks crooked. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it looks crooked. I don't know if it's supposed to be crooked or I don't know. Or maybe it just broke off. Or maybe it's just bent, but it does look kind of crooked. But it is a doe foot applicator. So I'm gonna apply that. I'm gonna use a beauty sponge to blend that out. It doesn't look cakey. It feels very light. Now with all my concealers, I set my concealer with a powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my concealer and then I'm gonna go ahead and bronze my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Hourglass Diffuse Light setting powder, and I'm gonna use that underneath my eyes to set that concealer. I love this setting powder for my under eyes. Now I'm gonna go in with the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer in Baked, and it's this little mini bronzer. I got it in a package with actually this, it's like a little, what is it? A liquid strobe highlight. It actually came together in a package, but I'm not gonna use the strobe highlight. I'm gonna use a different highlighter that I purchased from Milk, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the bronzer to bronze my skin up. Just twist up like that. And I'm just gonna put it in areas where I wanna bronze. And I'm going to use this Real Techniques contour brush to blend that all out. This is a very natural bronzer. It's really pretty. It's like the perfect shade to bronze the skin. And it's easily blendable as well. The next thing I'm going to use is this Milk Makeup highlighter in the color Mars, and it's a holographic stick. And I heard good things about this, so I'm just going to put it on the top of my cheekbone. Like swipe it. Oh wow, that's pretty. And then I'll blend it out using my finger. It's holographic, so it's got this peachy pink tone to it. Oh wow, that's really pretty. I'm actually going to use my finger and I'm going to take a little from the top and I'm going to go over my nose just a tad bit, not too much. I just took a little bit. And then I'm going to put a little bit above my brows and tap that in. I always like to take my highlighter a little bit above my brows and then right here like a little C on my cheekbone and right outside my eye. I don't just like to concentrate it here. I want it to kind of blend. Okay. Wow, that is one gorgeous highlighter. I'm gonna go ahead and set my T-zone with the Lorac Pro Blurring Translucent Powder. And I'm just gonna set my T-zone area. And then I'm going to set my face with the Next to Nothing MAC Pressed Powder in Medium Deep. So far, guys, when I set that foundation, it looks really soft. It looks really nice. I'm gonna go in with the bronzer on top of that bronzer, and it's gonna be a powder bronzer, and it's going to be out of this Ish Contour Kit Light Medium palette. This is the palette that I received from the FabFitFun box. When they sent me, I think it was a bronzer from Cargo that was like completely broken and cracked, so they went ahead and sent me this. And it's got like this beautiful pink shade. It's got these bronzers, and I think this is even a highlighter here. So I'm gonna go in with this bronzer here. It's a lighter bronzer. Then I'm going to go ahead and use this bright pink blush here for my cheeks. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, so I have the Milk Makeup Eye Pigment in the color Gig. And it's this bronzy color. So I'm gonna use that on my lids, but I'm gonna actually go in with the NYX Lingerie Lid Palette in my crease. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes with Laying Low by MAC. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Milk Makeup Pigment. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm going to go ahead and take a short shader brush because it allows me to be a little bit more precise with the application. Lay this on my eyelid. And I'm not gonna go all the way up to the crease because I'm gonna actually put a light crease color in there. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Now Gig's supposed to be like this bronzy color, but really on my eyelids, it looks a little more champagne. It doesn't look quite bronzy, but that's okay because I like it, it's pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and take my NYX Lid Lingerie palette, and then I'm gonna go in with this peach color here at the bottom or in the middle, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend it in my crease just above that color, that pigment. Normally what I do is I go in with the crease color first and then blend it all out. But today I accidentally applied the pigment first, so I have to go back and put the crease color in, which it's gonna be okay. We will work with it. So even if I get a little bit of shadow on that lid as I'm blending, I can still go back with the pigment and put it where I feel I need more. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this color here, kind of just in the outer corner, and bring it in halfway. And I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a little pencil brush. I'm gonna go into this color here and just put a little bit on the outer corner just to give it some depth. That pencil brush lets me be a little more precise in putting that in the outer corner. I'm also lightly or slightly bringing it into the middle of my eye right here. Just like to the center of the top of the crease, or to the center of the crease. I'm gonna blend those colors so that they don't look too harsh. I'm gonna take a little bit more pigment and just kind of go a little bit underneath my crease. So that it doesn't look like it breaks off between my crease and my lid. So kind of just blending it in. I'm not putting too much there. I just want enough to just like make it look a little bit more blended in. Look, I'm trying to rub it off my hand. It's not going anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera and I used the Anastasia Brow Definer in chocolate. I also did my lips. I used the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner in Bear to Comment. I love these lip liners because they are dirt cheap and they are some of the best quality you'll ever find. So that's that. And then I used the Bite Beauty Luminous Cream Lipstick in Vouvray. I think that's how you say it, Vouvray. And it's just this kind of pink color. And then on top of that, I went ahead and used the Lorac Los Angeles Alter Ego Lip Gloss in Foodie. And that's that. And so that's on top of Vouvray. So I went ahead and did all that. And now I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. Love this stuff. It's drugstore brand and it is fabulous. So far guys, with first impressions on the foundation, it looks pretty good. It really does. So the foundation has settled on top of my skin. So it's not in a bad way. It's kind of like smoothed out, but it looks really good right now so far. I love the holographic stick. I love that. I did not top that highlighter off with anything else because I want to see how long that highlighter lasts on my skin. The cooling water, I don't know. I kind of have, you know, some mixed feelings about that. Why? Because I don't know that it does much. I mean, I didn't really see it like plump my skin up or anything like that. I mean, it felt good on the skin, but it just didn't really do any kind of magic for me. It just didn't do anything for me. The pigment is phenomenal. It is completely pigmented. I mean, it went on beautifully. Now it dries quickly, then it sets. So since it sets quickly, you want to try to work with it. You want to try to apply it quickly. Applying this pigment is not difficult. It really works easily with when applying it with a brush. I'm sure it works great applying it with your finger as well, but I didn't do that in this video. I used a brush just so I can have a little bit more precise application. So of course the NYX palette is in the crease. I love that palette. Can't say enough about it. What else? Oh, the blur stick. I've used that for like a couple months now. I love that stuff. It's great. The concealer. Now I'm looking at the concealer and it looks like it's creasing just a little bit. And I set it with the powder. It's creasing up a tad bit. So we'll see how it goes throughout the day. And it's not enough for me to say right now that it's a bad thing. So we'll check that out throughout the day. I didn't have any Milk makeup lip products, so I didn't use that. The baked bronzer in the little tube that I showed you, that bronzer is the perfect color for me. It just went on like a sun-kissed look. It's beautiful. I did top that off with the Ish Contour Kit bronzer, that bronzer right there. I did top it off with that, but when I put it on my skin just with the foundation, guys, it's gonna be one of my favorite bronzers. One of my favorite cream bronzers. It goes on smoothly, it blends easily, and just for first impressions, it's so far so good. At the end of this video, I'll be letting you know what my thoughts are on the foundation, on the Milk makeup itself, and how long it lasted. I'm just gonna wear it throughout the day and just see how it goes, and then I'll report back to you. I hope you guys enjoy these type of tutorials and the wear test stuff. And if there's anything else that you would like me to do a wear test on, just let me know. But anyway, thank you for watching and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey everyone, so I'm checking in this afternoon. It's been about 6 hours since I applied the Milk products to my face, and I just want to go over some things with you. I did start getting like a little bit oily. I mean, very little, so not a lot, just a very little sign of oiliness around my nose area. And all I did was take a tissue and just pat that, and a lot of excess did not come off. Now looking in the mirror, my foundation actually looks good. I mean, it's not cakey, it's not oily. As far as it really blurring imperfections or blurring pores, I can see a little bit of my pores showing through here. So I don't think that it completely blurs the pores. I think that initially, yes, it does blur some imperfections because it is a full coverage foundation. It does settle like into your fine lines. Here it's actually settled into my laugh lines, but that probably happens with a lot of my foundations. And if I just tap it, you know, with a clean finger or even touch it up, it's fine. But the one thing I'll tell you that I absolutely am loving is the highlighter. I'm absolutely loving that. That thing has stayed on for 6 hours, has not budged, has not gone anywhere. The eye pigment, like I said, it stays on. Once it's on until you actually take it off. You'll probably have to use some waterproof makeup remover to take this off. You know, I did put on the Milk Blur Stick, and I've noticed here lately, I love that stuff, but I've noticed here lately, maybe it's because it's so hot outside, that I do get just a tad bit oily, but not so significant that it bothers me. But I will tell you this, I do not like the concealer. It has actually settled into my fine lines. It looks cakey under there and dry. It looks like super dry underneath my eyes. It looks horrible. It just looks really bad. It just looks crepey down there. It's like literally settled into my fine lines. It looks bad. So the concealer itself is a big no-no for me. But the foundation, it's pretty good. Now, would I wear this foundation on a normal day-to-day basis? Probably not. It does look like I have foundation on. It looks like I have makeup on. Other than that, I really am enjoying the Milk makeup products. I don't know if the cooling stick is going to be something that I'm going to keep. I know that I'm not going to keep the concealer. I know I'm going to take that back because this concealer is horrible for my under eyes. The bronzing stick that I used on the sides of my cheeks and on my temple, that is fine. I mean, I can't see a huge significant wear on it, but I know it's still there. And I did put powdered bronzer on top of that. The bronzer, the foundation, and the holographic stick, which is gorgeous. What else did I get? Oh, the pigment, the eye pigment. All of those items are excellent. Only thing that I'm going to be taking back, or the only 2 items that I'll be taking back so far, are the cooling stick and the concealer. I'm going to go ahead and check back in a couple of hours, and I'll let you know the results to the rest of the makeup. So anyway, I hope you stick around. Okay guys, I'm doing my last check-in for the day. I've actually worn this foundation for about 2.5 hours more, so for a total of 8.5 hours. And I'm gonna look at it for the first time. On camera, this foundation does not look bad. It is, again, getting a little oily around here, around my nose, as you can see. Sorry, my eyes are red. I had a cough attack before I got on here. But it just looks like a little cakey right here on my cheeks. And it does look cakey between my eyebrows. The highlighter actually stayed on quite nicely. And of course the eye pigment is there to stay. And you guys know how I feel about the concealer. It's not for me. Yeah, so the foundation is not going to be a foundation that I would wear for more than 6 hours. So I have to say that I really liked the pigment, the bronzer, and also the holographic highlighter. I'm probably gonna keep the foundation just because I like the application. I love that it's full coverage, and it's not that bad for a short amount of time. So anyway, thank you guys for joining. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you guys come back, and we'll see you soon. Bye.